I think I was about 12 years old when I first saw a dead body. The funfair which I was there for wasn't quite the same after this encounter. Just a few yards away from the venue, a young woman had hung herself on a tree. And it was by a small cliff, and her feet weren't too far off the ground. She had used her scarf, pink in color. The spectators talked among themselves and they were trying to solve this riddle. Some linked the incident with a tragedy stemmed from her lover. I didn't understand why she had taken her life, neither did I try to. Perhaps I was too young. But I never forgot that particular scene. I never forgot these little details. And I never forgot how she must have been there one moment and not there the next. After many years, I think I'm beginning to understand a few things. Her tangible body, despite being lifeless, existed in front of me in that very moment. And now, when I look back, I think that is the most accurate depiction of all the whys I had never understood or tried to understand. Her soul had long left her shell. I don't ever recall fearing death, and still to this day I don't. I think we're just guests in this time and space, and just like anything and everything around us, we too have an expiry code. And fortunately or unfortunately, that's just the nature of life. To live is one day to die. But to take my own life, I would be so scared. So I can't quite grasp it when people say or assume that those who decide to take their own life are cowards. If anything, it requires courage to do so. Cowards are those of us who put on facades to blend in with the crowd. We fool the world into believing that we're happy and strong, and we refrain from showing signs of fragility, our vulnerable sides. And in the quiet of a dark night, we fall into an abyss of emptiness. When the morning arrives with the light, we go back to hiding our shadows for the rest of the day. The weakness is within us. The answer to the why has always been in front of us, I guess. We just fail to notice. We turn a blind eye to the darkness we have felt too. What if we could engage in deep, meaningful conversations, raw, unbiased, free of judgment? Maybe that would open up a door to a world where it would be okay to feel miserable and still be accepted or feel accepted. Where you wouldn't need to pretend to be happy, to be someone else. What if we accepted sadness as a part of life too, rather than glorifying all these shallow antidotes? I think it's the void that envelopes one's being and way of thinking. And the solution to that isn't life quotes like, life is precious, time will heal, it will get better, etc. But in simply listening and accepting. Something so simple that we have been complicating for far too long. For every person who decided to leave their life behind, we are to be blamed. They didn't let their loved ones down. They weren't selfless or cowards or weak. We were. And we, as a society, failed them.